Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to do an interlocking video, but first I need to wash my hair. It has been a while and it is pretty dirty, so I need to get it clean. And today I'm going to use the Eden Bodyworks Peppermint shampoo because it's a clarifying shampoo. And I like to wash my hair in the shower. It just helps me get everything versus bending over in the sink. So I'll be back. Okay, so it's all washed, and I like to use a big t-shirt to dry my hair versus using a towel because the towel has lint and it's very hard to get lint out of locks. So, and I just let this dry for a little, not too much, but just for a little bit. All right, now I'm back. Okay, so I am back. Let me take this off. I'm going to squeeze it. Get the extra water off of it. Okay, so one thing that I like to do when I get done washing my hair is just go through and separate the roots because they, especially when you wash them, they tangle together. So you need to separate them just to make sure that the parts aren't stuck together. If you haven't seen my FAQ video about my Braidlocs, I talk about the tool that I use. So I use something called the Nappylocs Tool to interlock my hair. I will put that in the description box so that you guys can check it out. I think it costs around $23 for this little bitty tool, but I mean, it didn't cost me anything to put these in, so I don't mind. But okay, so I do the 3-point rotation, and I chose the 3-point instead of the 4-point because I believe the 3-point gives you a more full looking lock. I'm not sure if that's completely true, but I think I saw online that your the 4-point makes your lock a little bit more rounder and tighter, and I wanted my locks to be a little bigger and fluffier kind of. So so the rotation is kind of hard to explain, so I'm going to try my best. So think of a clock. So the way that I'm going to go, 12 is going to be this way for me. 6 is going to be behind me. 9 is going to be over here. And 3 is going to be over here. So when I grab the braid, I'm going to go in at 3 and go towards 9. And then I'll go back at 6 and go towards 12. And then I'll go back at 3 towards 9, and then from 12 to 6. And that's the way that I saw this on a website. I'll put the link to that website also. And that's how I've been doing the 3-point rotation. It's worked for me, so I'm going to continue to do it that way. So let me see if I can make this make sense. Okay, so with the Nappylocs tool, you just put your lock inside the little oval. And when I think of the clock, I kind of just, I don't know if this is what you should do, but this is what I do. I think of the clock in whatever direction I want my lock to fall. So for me, this is going to be 12 because I want my locks to fall back this way, at least these locks in the front. So this is going to be 12, this is going to be 3, this is going to be 9, and this is going to be 6. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to go in at 3. Make sure to gather all the hair you can. Get a little bit closer. So I'm going to go in at 3. and then make sure you're pushing up to where you last interlocked. So in at 3, and also I suggest separating your hair. Right now I don't have it separated because I'm a little used to doing this, but section it off or clip it so that you don't interlock another lock, because that's very hard to separate. So I'm going to start over. You're going to go in at 3 and then push up. So 3 towards 9, and then pull that through. Then I go through 6, which is in the back, 6 towards 12, and then pull that through. Then I go back to 3 towards 9, and then I end at 12 towards 6. So 12 towards 6. And because I have more new growth, I'm going to do that same rotation again. So you go in at 3 towards 9. Then in at 6 towards 12. Then back at 3 towards 9, and then end at 12 towards 6. So you can see it is now tight. So these are the 3 I've done so far. Then you can compare it to this one. It still has a lot of new growth. So I am going to do the rest. I usually start in the back. I like to section it off. So once I get that finished, I'll be back to show you guys what it looks like. Last one. So 9, 6, 9, 12, and then since I have more new growth, I have to do it again. So 9, 6, 9, 12, alright, so it's all done. I like to go through and finger comb it, and then also kind of check the roots to make sure I got all of them. And then I'll probably put some oil on my scalp, and that is it. So here's just a closer look at how my roots look. So, and this should last me for about 2 months. So So I just want to come back and tell you guys a few tips for interlocking. My first tip is to not force the tool through your lock. If it gets to the point where you don't have a lot of hair left to loop through, then that means you should stop, because it's going to be too tight, and you don't want to make your locks too tight. That will lead to hair loss, thinning, and that's just not a good thing. So I like to go through, usually I wait long enough to have to go through a full rotation, and sometimes I'm able to do a half rotation. So that means I will go towards 9 and end at 12. So that's one tip. And then another one is to not go into the same section twice. So if you go in one part, do not go in that part again, because it will create a Y shape, and that's how you know you did it wrong. And also, if you don't correct it, it will create holes in your locks. So in order to fix that, you just go back in the opposite direction. And my last tip is to make sure when you're washing your hair, before you get to the part where you are redoing it. So every time you wash your hair, make sure you separate your hair at the roots, because the hair likes to tangle in with each other, and that makes it really hard when it's time to interlock your roots. So if you go through every time you wash it and separate them at the roots, it will make interlocking way quicker. So just to make sure that I'm clear with how I do my pattern, because I feel like I might have said it wrong throughout the video, but I do 3, 6, 3, 12. So I go in at 3 towards 9, so 3, and in at 6 towards 12, 6, in at 3 towards 9, 3, and then in at 12 towards 6, 12. So 3, 6, 3, 12. And that's how I do my 3-point based off of the website that I found. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment below. I'll try my best to answer them. There are a lot of videos on YouTube that show people doing the 3-point rotation and the 4-point, and I would suggest checking those out as well. And again, thank you for watching, and let me know what you guys think. Okay, you can also check me out on my other social media platforms. The links are down below.